Recording.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
How are
beautiful.
you doing today? Welcome to anyone tuning in right now. And if this is the first time you're meeting us, my name is Alyana. I am the founder of Lymitless. My last name is Lim, so you know
Hmm.
the words. Um, Today we have a really beautiful guest. Let her introduce
Yes.
herself.
Thank you so much. My name is Casey. I show up in the world as a spiritual guide, and I am so excited to be connected with you, Ali, and very excited to dive into this conversation.
Beautiful. Yes. Guys, this has been a journey. And so a little background. Um, Casey and I have known each other for about 5 years now, probably more, I
Hmm.
think. Um,
Hmm.
and we're spirit-led sisters. We're a spirit
Absolutely.
tribe. We found each other in the most serendipitous ways, and here we are now
Yes.
coming together collectively to help raise the vibration, the consciousness, and be guides and leaders in
Yes.
our community. We are hosting monthly on soulful session for you guys. And this month, with the upcoming new moon in Virgo on September 3rd, we have chosen the topic of grounding to grow. So
Yes. And
I
that is
am
September 2nd.
second. Sorry, hold on. I had it here. I was like, ah, ah. Oh wait, hold on. Yes. Okay, so September 2nd, Casey's the expert in these things. Y'all, I'm more like I'm here for the work. Let's go.
Absolutely.
But I do have here written down some topics based on the new moon in Virgo. The new moon in so Virgo, y'all, Virgo, September,
Yes.
August 2nd to September 22nd is Virgo season. It is
Yes.
an earth element, so it is also ruled by the planet Mercury, which is responsible for communication. And in
Yes.
the body, it rules over the nervous system. So it helps to
Yes.
regulate your nervous system. Some themes that we've chosen are creating systems, spiritual hygiene, nourishing and nutrition for a healthy lifestyle. And saying that to say, we came up with the title Grounding to Grow. I
Yes.
am so excited to share with you guys. We have some questions for Casey here. And yeah, just also a little insight with Virgo. Because it's a she in the
Hmm.
sign, and the elements are a virgin, so she's a virgin, Virgo. With that being said, it's purity, and Virgos have this way about like if they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it right. They're gonna do it to the
Yes.
best of their ability. They're very
Yes.
detail-oriented people. They're very organized people. They love a to-do list, y'all. Virgos are like, give me that. I will conquer and slay. I have
Yes.
a friend, her name is Paulina, and my girl would come in my room. If she see mess, I go to the bathroom, y'all. My bed is made. And I swear to you, that is the kind of friends we're trying to have around. And
That's
I just
right.
she at that time in my life when I was a mess, she brought a lot of order and structure to
Absolutely.
my world, and I just want to everyone this month to embody that. Just because we're different signs out here doesn't mean that we can't utilize this energy of
Sure.
the sun in Virgo to embody those qualities, to work on things,
Absolutely.
to grow. So how are we growing this month, y'all? You get to
Mm.
choose.
Yes.
But we would love to focus on grounding yourself. What are those practices that you use to help you regulate your nervous system in order for you
Yes.
to create more better systems so that you acquire the results that you need in your life?
Yes. Yes. So beautifully said. And we celebrate, people who show up in our lives who have strengths where we might have opportunities for growth. And, them standing in their power demonstrates to us how best we can embody those qualities and traits. And though it may not be a part of our big three, our sun, moon, rising, we may have Virgo in our charts. And so it is, all of the astrological seasons are invitations for us to just tap into what the energy is, the dominant energy is, and as you said, incorporate it into our lives or embody some of those qualities. So again, really beautifully said. Thank you. And
And
shout out
just
to Paulina.
yeah. And just on the topic of astrology and numerology and
Mm,
those kind of things, y'all, that's what we're here for because we are star beings. We are star
yes.
beings, and I want to just take a gentle reminder that everything is interconnected.
Yes.
Whether or not you follow astrology, numerology, these things, take what you need and leave the rest because something
Yes.
in it could be very relevant or helpful with what you need right now in your life. And if
Yes.
you're here for a reason. So
Absolutely.
let's dive in. Are you ready, Casey?
I am so ready. Are you ready, Ali?
I'm very excited, y'all.
Let's do
It's a
this.
beautiful day in Trinidad and Tobago with my overgrown time hair.
Yes, the lushness, the greenery. I'm channeling some of that energy here in Brooklyn, But we give thanks. We give thanks for nature that's all around us, Mother Nature that's all around us.
Exactly. And I just want to give a little topic on ourselves, a little like to start off before we dive into these questions, because the first question is, what does feeling grounded mean to you?
Mm, yeah. Yes. Feeling grounded for me. Go ahead. I
I
feel
would
like
love,
you're thinking something.
yeah, before we dive into the answer, I would love for both
Yes.
and inviting everyone listening in to take a deep breath for that
Mm,
settle in of what does feeling grounded mean to you? And let's just collectively take a deep breath in through our nose and exhale through the mouth, allowing yourself to relax, settle into your body with ease. Taking two more really deep breaths, the biggest breaths that you've taken all day. Let's collectively go. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing yourself into the present moment right now, giving thanks for your body. As we inhale positivity, love, compassion, good health, exhale clarity, focus, ease, and courage. It is currently 11:39 a.m. AST and EST.
Shay,
What a beautiful time to be alive, a beautiful
Shay,
moment. As today is also Wednesday, August the 28th of 2024.
Shay, Shay. We give thanks.
So I will mute myself for now and allow you to share with us what is on your heart and what message spirit has for us when it comes to what does feeling grounded mean to you.
Mm, Shay, thank you. Firstly, thank you so much for just calling in that collective breath. There's something so magical about the power of breath that brings you into that presence. And I feel like it's so connected to the concept of groundedness. For me, when I meditate on grounding, to me, it is a full spirit, mind, body connection and presence in the present moment. It's allowing yourself, the entirety of your being to be present in the moment and to experience what life has to offer to you in those moments. Grounding to me brings up the energies of safety and stability. When you feel grounded in who you are, in your decision making, you can make clear decisions because you understand yourself. You're tapped into the entirety of your being. And making those clear decisions brings you a sense of that safety and that stability. Um, when I think of grounding or when I meditate on grounding, there's always some type of interaction with nature as well, because whether we're aware of the healing power of nature or not, nature is constantly transmuting and recycling our energies. We learned when we were young that we breathe out carbon something and the trees recycle it, and like that's happening constantly every time we connect with nature, whether it be a house plant or an overgrown bush in the yard. And so those are the main themes when I meditate on groundedness, but most importantly, it is a state of being present, a state of your entire being present in the present moment.
Wow, that was so beautifully said. Yes, it's
Yeah.
mind, body, spirit connection. And
Mm-hmm.
you think of grounding, you think of nature, you think of spending that time in nature. And when, we all have a relationship with everything that exists, everything
Mm-hmm.
that exists. Like you said, the trees, they take in our carbon dioxide that we exhale. And
Mm-hmm.
in giving and receiving, we receive the oxygen that we need to,
Sure.
survive in this world. Without plants, y'all, we would be dead.
Period. Correct. Correct. We need them.
Yeah, and I like what you said about feeling safe in your body, feeling safe to know that you can make the right decisions. And I think that pours into also the idea of trusting, right?
Yes.
Trusting that relationship that you have with yourself and your surroundings and the world around you. And it's interesting when you were talking, it was coming up of that earth energy, right?
Yes.
and and earth is connected to our root chakra, and in
Yes.
root chakra our feet is what plants us here on this earth, where gravity connects us.
Yes.
Feel what it's like if we're just floating around in the world, y'all, like we
All
wouldn't know
right.
what the earth feels like, right?
Right.
And so it's that connection of our body and our spirit connecting to the earth. So,
Sure.
yeah, this is a very exciting topic, and I think I would love to share a little bit of what it means to me as well. Um,
Absolutely. Please.
Feeling grounded. It's like I've been watching this um ancestral council, like it's a 5-7 day conference right now with sacred ancestry, and she has a bunch of different people, guest speakers from all different lineages, all different backgrounds, all different with when it comes to ancestral healing. And one of the speakers I listened to was from the Amazon. Two of them were from the Amazon jungle, and from a tribe called, let me find it here, a
Mhm.
tribe called the Yawanawa tribe, and their names were Hukana and Kenuma. And they talked about the idea that they were called back to live with their tribe and
Mm.
understand how they can survive without like the city world, basically, and
Yes.
getting back.
Modern conveniences.
Exactly, and how they can use the indigenous sacred knowledge to survive. So, just a little background there, just pausing there, because
Mm-hmm.
they live a very different way to most of us in everyday life in the city.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Brooklyn, even though I'm in Trinidad, even like I live in Port of Spain, you go down the road, Mayaro is a whole different ecological system, right?
Right.
And they were just seeing how they've gone on this special diet, and on this special diet, it connects them to their ancestors, it connects
Mm.
them to ancient wisdom from the trees. And like she wanted to make a decision. So, for example, y'all, I saw somebody say 75 hard, right? So we make these decisions every month or every year of setting these intentions of what we want to achieve. And
Hmm.
when I, okay, yeah, like if I just break this one thing, like who's gonna know?
Right.
Right, so let's pour in a little bit onto like what it means to be grounded. I think it's rooting yourself also in the beliefs and the systems and the way you're living your life
Yes.
is what grounded means to me, and also recognizing that there was at least 5,000 ancestors that came before you
At
in
least.
order for you to be here.
Yes.
At least is what
Uh-huh.
they shared, and I was like, for real. It
Yep.
would be like I'm just imagining my ancestors on the other side, and each time I feel like sad or in my head about anything, they're like, "Girl, hush your mouth." You know, like
No need to cry.
you don't
We've
need to
got
cry.
you.
Like,
You've been
and
chosen.
you've been chosen. Also recognizing as women to feel grounded. That word grounded is like women in
Mm.
historical times in society have never really felt what it means to be safe, to
Mm-hmm.
their body, to be safe in this world where it is very
Mm-hmm.
dominant, you know. But there
Mm-hmm.
was though, because Cleopatra and
Of
the
course.
queens, there have been queens on this earth, but collectively, y'all, what we've
Yeah.
been experiencing for a very long time, it's not been a safe place.
Right.
So when you talk about feeling safe and grounded, if you are not feeling, if you are right now like, I don't know what it means to feel grounded, I actually don't, knowing that before us, this was all in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the wisdom lies. This is where,
Mm-hmm.
even though somebody like in another speaker said, even though they look so still, even
Mm-hmm.
look so permanent, they are moving at a higher frequency than all of us could ever experience because they are connected
Mm.
to the roots. So feeling grounded to me is being rooted in knowing where you come from, rooted
Ashe.
in knowing that there is available knowledge to you, and you are so supported by
Ashe.
the spiritual, the physical. Like if you're somebody also that you have no family right now, knowing that there are ancestors on the other side, there are
Yes.
spiritual guides, there are people backing you and supporting you on this journey right now, wanting you to win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm saying that I'm a human, y'all. I'm also human. I feel sad. I have
Mm-hmm.
bad days. But to feel grounded is to know that I'm never alone,
Ashe.
even though the road that we may travel and pass may feel ungrounded.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the concept of remembering how many ancestors had to exist in order for us to exist is always such a heartwarming truth for me personally. It always helps me shift perspective because you're absolutely right. Though I may feel alone on my journey or isolated on my journey, I am never truly alone. I always have the power of my ancestors who guide me, and learning about them is learning about myself.
Exactly.
Rooting in who they are, who they were, who they are, helps me understand who I am. And um, one of the major questions that can be answered in the question, or one of the major questions that can be answered in the concept of groundedness is, who am I?
Mm, I love that you said that because I
Mm.
also was listening to Eckhart Tolle. And those
Mm-hmm.
who don't know Eckhart Tolle, he wrote the book Power of Now.
Mm-hmm.
In this lecture, this man is like, that is the biggest question. Like, we're always like, who am I? Who am I? What does it mean to say I am something? And often we say our names, we say our
Mm-hmm.
occupation, we say
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what school, where we grew up. However, he was like, none of that really is who you are at the
Yep.
core,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like at the core of who you are is a creator.
Ashe.
And like that made me think, oh gosh, he was just he was saying how We know the truest essence of ourselves in stillness, in silence, in those moments of solitude when
Yes.
there's nobody else, nothing else trying to tell you. Like you just
Yes.
and oftentimes what is that? Love.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah.
What is our purpose? To co-create.
Yes.
And like that to me the other day when I heard that, I was like, well, okay, really. And he was saying the best time is to forget about the past. So honoring the past, but also
Yes.
forgetting about the past.
Mm.
Knowing
Which
that none
is,
of that
go
defines you.
ahead. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do want to interject here that it is easier said than done, but it is a powerful tool for presence and progress. Absolutely.
Yeah. I sorry,
Hmm.
I just want to share one more thing.
Don't apologize. Go ahead.
Just a little short story, y'all. I know what it's like to really forget your whole past. Really know what it's like to really forget about who you are. I went through a psychosis about 2021, 22. And that experience led me to recognize that in a moment, all of that could be swiped away.
Hmm.
But we're such powerful beings that we can build ourselves back up.
Ashe.
So
Ashe.
like really a mental game that we're playing every single day.
Every day. Absolutely.
And what made me feel the most connected during that time was when I spent time in nature. I would go for a walk every single day. Whether or
Ashe.
not I knew who I was or not at that time, I
Hmm.
knew that I felt the most safe
In
when I
nature.
spent time in nature.
Ashe.
And here I am today, back.
Ashe. Ashe. Yes.
Back in my better.
And we give thanks. We give thanks, that you were able to move through that journey, but also come out on the other side to share your story.
Hmm. So if I could do it, y'all, you could do it anytime.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wonderful.
Next question. We have
Yes.
5 minutes in this chat. We took a good 20 minutes talking on that topic.
Yeah.
Casey and we always say like take what you need and leave the rest.
Absolutely.
I received that from Casey and I always reiterate it back to others.
Ashe.
Uh, the next question is why is it important to create a practice of grounding for yourself?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Do you think, before we answer, do you think we should hop out and hop back in?
Yeah, we could do that. I also think
Yeah.
this might be like a part two series, like a part one,
Okay.
part.
Okay. So then can we
You know,
pause here for part one and then pop in for part two?
yeah, I think well, we're 26, right? We have about 10 minutes left. I
Mm-hmm.
think in
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes we can answer this question.
Okay, let's do it. Let's
And
do
then
it.
the next two
You know
off.
me, I'm always like, okay, let's be prepared. I don't want to get cut off. I don't want you to get cut off, but I receive. Can you repeat the question for me, please?
Why is it important for you to create a practice of grounding for yourself?
Oh man. Uh, why is it important? It's important because, as you were mentioning before, we're in this journey of receiving and expressing love and also co creating. And what you co create is dependent on your personal state, wherever you are mentally, physically, spiritually. And so, as you build that practice of groundedness, it allows you to co create from a place of truth, from a place of love, instead of from a place of reflecting what might be surrounding you in a, perhaps like in a hyper stimulating environment like Brooklyn. For me personally, what I can create might differ here if I'm not grounded. Um, and so, it's also just so important to to know yourself, like as you get older and as you live in, you know, in these Western societies or these like globalized societies, it's so important to understand the role that you play, the purpose that you play in the cosmic order of things. And it's so important to understand that there will be plenty of messaging that is placed on you in terms of who you are and what you're here to do. But as you were saying, shared by Eckhart Tolle, like none of that actually matters. It is the essence of who you are when you are alone, and the only way that you can get to those answers is from a place of groundedness. And so, I often think that if you're ever in a phase of like not really being sure of who you are or where you're supposed to head, that means that there is a groundedness that needs to be cultivated, that needs to be poured into so you can answer those questions. I just feel like grounding is so important for presence, and understanding of self and others and connection with self and spirit and others. Um, and groundedness is important in order to again co-create the life that is best suited for whatever it is you were chosen to carry out here on this earth in this lifetime. You know, purpose-led decision making is what groundedness is so valuable for, in my opinion.
Oh, just music. Music. I I totally agree with you, Casey, and I love that. I like for anyone, I know Casey looks not a day over 25, y'all.
I'll
But
take it.
she is. There is an age difference between us, and
Yeah.
we're not gonna disclaim that age, but I just want to share that there is so much wisdom that comes with that time and that experience. Some people come into this world and they just know what they're meant to do. Some people come into this world and things happen to them and circumstances that cause different paths in their life. And I want to just highlight what you were saying of the decision making again when it comes back to why is it important to create this practice of grounding is so that you can make these decisions like what you said from a place of truth, and that was so powerful. It's like I just started going in my head a little bit of like, oh yeah, because we all know those moments when we know we are in flow. We
Yes.
know when we are creating from a place of abundance and a place of joy, a place of love. And we know those times when we have been scared, we have been in fear,
Yes.
we have been in lack or
Yeah.
insecurity,
Yeah.
and what the results are of
Yes.
this.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what age you are, but we know it could be as simple as when you're young and you're in a classroom and you make friends, for the first time from a place of like, is anybody gonna be my friend? Versus, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you wanna be my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. Even in
Mm-hmm.
our adulthood, it shows in the way we communicate, in the way we approach
Absolutely.
when it comes from a place of desperation versus a
Yeah.
place just, hey,
Yeah.
let, let's be friends. Let's
Yes.
enjoy this journey of life together. In
Yes.
relationships, y'all, if y'all have ever felt love with romantic love, and if you haven't felt romantic love, I'm sure there's a type of love you can relate to when we know when we're loving from a place of truth, a place of groundedness in ourselves, knowing how
I
worthy
see.
loved versus, oh my gosh, like this person needs to love me. How to
Absolutely.
get this person to stay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So going back to why is it important to create a practice of grounding for yourself? to me, my answer is simple, and just building upon what Casey has said is to simply create from a place of love.
Ashe,
Versus
ashe, ashe, ashe.
why is it important? Because you are meant to co-create with God, with the universe, with nature, with Mother Earth.
Yes.
Like I felt that in my stomach, in my root chakra of like, oh my
Ashe.
God, happy feeling of yeah, when you plant a seed in the earth and you see that grow, it's the happiest feeling of life, y'all.
Yes, it's rewarding.
So rewarding. So it's like, why do we need to be grounded? So that we can celebrate
Ashe,
our growth, so that we can celebrate life as simple
ashe,
as that. Like we're meant to enjoy life. So
ashe,
so ground yourself, get to know yourself so that you can create from a place of joy.
ashe, ashe, ashe.
I'm not
Yes.
Daniel. There have been times where even recently getting into a new relationship, it's like, oof, to love is it can be fair or it could be the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to exist in the duality of being grounded in order to grow.
Ashe, ashe. And on that note, let us pause here. This is part one, and we will reconvene for our part two.
Thank you
Ashe.
all.